I'm not bothered if a guy's rich, but it does help. I'm lying. I got called a gold digger. He was like, you're nothing but a gold digger. And I was like, right, what makes you think that? Oh, because you have hair extensions, you have cosmetic surgery, you drive a Range Rover. And I was like, has it ever occurred to you, Matthew? I bought those things myself. And he's like, not possible. A man's bought you all those things. And I was like, no, Matthew, I pay my own bills. I pay my own bills. And he was like, yeah, well, you're too high maintenance. And I was like, do you know what, Matthew? Tonight, you are getting nowhere near me anyway. You had a chance.
I have to say this, but if you see a man driving a really nice car with his girlfriend in the passenger seat, there's an 80% chance that that's her car that she's letting him drive.
I could literally never date a man who had tattoos because I think they're so trashy. Like, how are you going to put a bumper sticker on a Bentley? I think it's disgusting. And, like, why are you doing that to your body? It's honestly despicable that you would get something like on your body.
All men cheat, every last one of them, even the ones that y'all think are the good guys, especially the ones that y'all think are the good guys, they all cheat. It doesn't matter what you do for a man, it doesn't matter the type of woman you are, it doesn't matter what you bring to the table, how you treat a man, what you give to a man, they all cheat. The only thing that a man is loyal to is his penis. So don't take it personally if you find out that your husband or your boyfriend has been cheating on you. That's just what they do. And don't be in denial either, thinking, oh, well, I've been with my man for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and he's never cheated on me. No, you've never caught him. Some of these men are master manipulators, and they're able to live double, triple, quadruple lives right under your nose. They could be sleeping next to you every single night and still find a way to cheat. Don't trust these men. You got to stop putting all your trust and all your faith into these men and stop thinking that you're so different or, you're an exception to the rule. Like, if you're going to play the game, know the rules. Like, don't be naive. I suggest not playing the game at all because it's not worth it. But if you are going to play, just understand what you're getting yourself into.
I just came to enjoy my summer afternoon eating my salad by the pool, but I'm going to speak about the video I made this morning. And many of the stingy guys, they're commenting how women come and take their money, they need to be careful. Honey, that's all you could do is to provide, to protect. What else are you there going to do in the relationship? Women are good at everything. They take care of children, they make home, they have relationships with everyone in the family. They show love, they're caring, they're nurturing. That's a lot that a woman does. Men cannot do anything else. If you are stingy and if you can't afford a woman and you don't make enough money and you cannot provide for a woman and protect her, why do you want a woman? What is the reason do you want them? Like, tell me. Give me one reason why do you need a woman in your life. You're there for nothing else. In my opinion, you shouldn't be having any woman in your life if you cannot provide and protect for her. Period. There's nothing else you can offer.
Reason 1,000,001 why the dating apps fucking suck is the men on there are ass fucking ugly. Y'all literally built the fire, then climbed into the pot. You decided amongst yourselves that putting effort into how you look, caring about your appearance, means you're gay. Now you're unattractive and women don't want to be with you. And yet you somehow still feel entitled to having an attractive, intelligent partner. But then she makes you feel insecure because you don't like how you look. You don't feel good about yourself. You lack self-confidence, and then you blame her. If you don't put effort into how you look and how you present yourself, why would I think you're going to put effort into me and our relationship if you can't even do it for yourself? Take a fucking shower, get a haircut, get a skincare routine, and start wearing some better clothes that fit and look good. Put some fucking effort in, and you may start getting some more matches. And if you're going to be offended by this, I would strongly suggest you look at the amount of matches you have and take a look at yourself. Do something about it.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't have to cook and clean for your boyfriend to prove that you're wife material, okay? Those are skill sets that anyone can develop. And the truth is, even if you never got married, you're still going to have to cook and clean for yourself. In the same way, your boyfriend shouldn't have to provide for your entire lifestyle to prove that he is husband material. I say this all the time. Men know very quickly after meeting you if they want to marry you or not. And when you ask them why, they usually say, I just know. And the reason they say, I just know, is because of your character. It's because you embody being a wife. Now I feel as though marriage and relationships in general have become very transactional, and to some extent every relationship is transactional, but now men are basically playing Build-A-Bear and they're like, I want this hair color, this body type, this eye color, and women are like, I want him to make this certain amount of money, and we're not looking at character anymore. In reality, a great relationship has nothing to do with whose skill sets or whose. Okay, one of my best friend's husband, he loves to cook. He chefs it up every night for her, but she serves him in other ways. I love to cook, so I cook for my husband. And I'm not saying never make your boyfriend banana bread, okay? But what I am saying is focus on your character development and pursuing God relentlessly, because that is what makes you a good wife. The banana bread is just the cherry on top.
So, how do people even find relationships? Like, how do you actually find someone that you like and you want to spend the rest of your life with them, like forever?
Ooh, child, I am sorry that a lot of y'all have been lied to and sold a dream that is just not feasible for the vast majority of women, okay? The reality is many of the women you see today who are married and they drive beautiful luxury cars and they live in wonderful suburban neighborhoods and have children in private school, they're working. They've been working. They never stopped working. She or herself is working. The key is if you are an average earning woman, okay, your fast track to wealth is likely going to be teaming up with a man who is at minimum another just average earning dude and eradicating debt and building wealth. Like, that's what's always been done. That's what works. And this whole notion of, oh, I'm just going to wait on my $200,000 a year dude to come rescue me. Baby, wake up.
A lot of women are offended by the idea of a man asking them for a prenup, but I feel like a lot more women should be for it. Because if you're afraid of a prenup, you think it's like, oh my God, my lover is saying he doesn't trust me. No, this is about protecting potential assets. Because you're thinking, okay, the man makes more than me. If we get divorced, I'm gonna get nothing. And why are you not thinking, what if you get a bag? What if right now you get married at 30, 35, but now at 55, you come up on some money, y'all are getting split up, and he wants half of that? God forbid. I don't care if I get married with $2 in my account. We're getting a prenup. We're getting a prenup. We're getting a prenup.
So I got this fun little advice from one of the baddies I follow here on TikTok. It said, we're going to give 20 guys a chance, not one guy 20 chances. And that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go into 2026 with that energy. Okay? I'm going to do it. You should do it. And let's find a husband.
I'm tired of being poor, eating noodle packets. I need a rich man with them high-tech brackets. Buy me nice things, new boots, new jackets. At the country club with his tennis rackets.
We're in a depression right now, but the only reason why it's not called that is because the wealthy people are wealthier than they've ever been. It's not a depression for the rich people. They're doing fantastic. During the Great Depression, the average cost of a home was about $4,900, which today is about $90,000. That was about 3 times the average person's wages. 2026, today, the average cost is about $410,000, which is about 8 times the average person's wages. This is not accidental, and this is not just inflation. It is deliberate overpricing by wealthy people to put more profit into their pockets. And this is working really well for them. Back in 1985, there were about 9 billionaires in the US, and now we have over 1,000. And we're even on track to get our first trillionaire. Can you even imagine? Can you even fathom how much money that is? Thing is, you can't. So let's put it this way. If you counted one number every single second, it would take you 31 years to count to 1 billion. To count to 1 trillion, it would take you 31,000 years. Meanwhile, the average American makes $66,000 a year. 1 in 4 Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and it costs about $159K a year to live comfortably. Believe you me, we are in a depression. It's just not called that because we don't control the narrative.
Things that I think that are inherently misogynistic. Highways and freeways. Highways and freeways were actually originally meant to benefit 9-to-5 commuters, which were like almost 100% men back when they were created. And back in the day, and even to this day, mothers especially that have to run errands for the family have to spend more gas, time, and money commuting than their male counterparts do. Public restrooms, especially at concerts or festivals, Whenever there's public gendered restrooms, the women's line is like 30 million times longer, and that's because it's equal but not equitable. There's the same amount of stalls in both lines without taking into account the needs that women take longer in the bathroom and have more bathroom needs than men do. Period products not being free, and a lot of places that condoms are free. Women's uniform bottoms whenever they're white, because why would a woman ever design a uniform bottom to be white knowing we have periods? The beauty industry as a whole, especially plastic surgery and diet culture. Ozempic, specifically for weight loss. 8 hours of sleep being the standard. That was the standard for men, not women. Women need more sleep. Temperatures in office buildings. A lot of women say that they're cold in office buildings, and that's because back in the 60s, they set a standard temperature for office buildings meant for men because men were the ones that usually occupied those office buildings, and to this day, they still use that standard. Even though there are a lot of women in office buildings now, and women are actually, they get colder easier than men. Normalizing talking about body counts or asking about body counts. In my opinion, that's just another way for us to judge women and for their sexuality and impose purity culture. Cars/car safety features, they're actually built for the body of men. Women are 17% more likely to die in car crashes than men are.
I've come to the conclusion that there really is no reward in being a good woman. And I'm not even saying it in a bitter type of way, just more so in an observant type of way, because I have literally been over every single time I've gotten in a relationship, and I've been this superb woman, right? Doing things without asking, cooking, cleaning, other things on demand. You get what I'm saying? Being supportive, showing up, buying gifts, doing dates. Like, I now see why women do not want to do for a man. I really do get it now. I do. At first I used to be like, nah, sis, what if you meet the right one? At this point, none of them seem like the right one. None of them do. Okay? So at that point, it's just no reward. And we're just not going to do this. And I don't care what you say, because every time I go above and beyond, somebody come back to finish the job.
We don't treat women as though they don't need a man to survive when it comes to our dating expectations and the advice that women give to other women. The first time in history, women and men are supposedly equal, right? Obviously we're not, but just bear with me. So in the sense that I can live in my own home by myself, I can make my own money. I don't literally need a man to survive, right? I can do it all on my own. I do it all on my own. And the thing is, we don't treat women as though they don't need a man to survive when it comes to our dating expectations and the advice that women give to other women. So this man that I had, that second date with, that was genuinely not fun because he was anxious and stressed and like made me anxious. I have had women telling me afterwards, like, oh, don't you think you should give him another chance? Like maybe he just had an off day. Would you say that to a man that had a genuinely bad time on a date? There's no way you would. There's no way. If a man comes home from a date and is like, yeah, that was not a fun date, you're like, oh, yeah, no, on to the next. But with women, all of a sudden we have to be so giving and we have to be so accepting and, we got to compromise, right? Like nobody's perfect. Yeah, you're not saying those same things to men. You're just not. You're not. So I think we all need to check ourselves as a society because listen, like I literally don't need a man to survive anymore. We need to be talking to women about dating the same way that we've been talking to men about dating for all of eternity. Just food for thought.
Men, we need to stop going around and saying women are gold diggers. Because that's not the case. We're just naturally expensive. And that's okay. I mean, we got the nails, the hair, the toes, the waxing, all the jazz. And we've upheld that expense for years. But if you don't have money, then you probably shouldn't be dating. If you can't afford yourself, then odds are you can't afford two people. And if you don't understand that math, let me break it down to you in simpler terms. If you're looking for a house, you have a certain tax bracket that you can purchase. You stay within your means, or at least I hope you do, because eventually you won't own said house. Women are like houses. We are all in certain tax brackets. You're not going to go for the mansion
when you make the starter home income. So I hope this little lesson breaks it down for some of you. You can window shop all you want, but you don't actually get to step forward and purchase the house unless your tax bracket allows it. Let that sink in.
So apparently I'm hearing that 1,000 single women showed up to a church singles event. And only like 20, 30 men showed up. See, I tried to let y'all slide on roasting y'all when I saw you bitches was going on that Pop the Balloon show. I tried to let you slide, but see this is when I got something to say. And bitch, y'all full of cap. Y'all full of shit. All the shit that y'all get on here talking is for the internet. It's not how you feel in real life. See, in real life, you bitches actually want a man. But you get on the internet and cap for one another because you don't want nobody to know that you want a man, because you don't want to be called a pick-me. You don't want to be called male-centered. You don't want to be called this. You don't want to be called that. And that's why you bitches lose. You fail every time you try to cap for the internet. See me, bitch? Oh, I want a man. Any bitch know me or tell you Nay has always wanted a man. Male-centered bitch, you can call me whatever you want to call me. Because one thing about my man, he paying all my motherfucking bills, baby. All of them. Not some, not a couple, all of them. So, bitch, you damn skippy, I'm male-centered, and I'm going to stay male-centered, because one thing about you, fishy, pussy-smelling bitches, y'all ain't going to fucking pay my bills. So what the fuck I look like worried about what y'all think? Please. And if you get in my comments talking shit, I'm going to block you with my male-centered ass. You damn skippy.